Hello, my name is Trevor from P&T Poultry. Today on this video I plan to show you how to set up and use your RCOM 20 standard incubator. Once you unpack your RCOM 20 standard, it comes in basic components. You have the lid, you have the universal tray, unless you order the 3-egg tray model. Inside you have the universal tray slats, the power cable and the instructions. You then have the main body of the incubator, you have the base and the sliding tray. In the base you have the water reservoir. This is a water reservoir you will fill up. The water will go along across into this reservoir, which is the humidity reservoir, which will then create the humidity inside the incubator. In the main base you have a turning motor here that attaches into the sliding tray, which makes the eggs turn every hour. And the humidity reservoir is heated by this element here in the main body that creates the humidity, rotates it through a gentle fan and moves it gently around the incubator. That is your RCOM 20. With your RCOM 20 as well, you also have the option of a universal tray or 3-egg trays. If you choose the universal tray model, you get this, which is the frame, and these, which are the dividers. If you go for the 3-egg model, you get what you call a hen tray, which has 20 mouldings, which fits hen size eggs. You get also a goose tray, which has 10 mouldings, which you can fit geese eggs into. And if you go for the quail tray, then you get this particular tray, which obviously you can fit smaller egg sizes into. Those are very simple to use. With the universal tray, you have the slats. What you do is you place one slat in. Normally you start from the end, but I'm just going to start from the middle just to show you how it works. You place 2 eggs in there, or 3 depending on your egg size, and then you place in your next slat. Make it sort of level. Make sure it's not too tight. That's a bit too tight so the eggs won't turn. So I just have to open it up a little bit so there's just a little bit of movement between. Okay, and then we do it again. We get 2 more eggs. And place a slat in. Again, not too tight, that one's too tight, so you have to move it out. Just try and keep it level. And then you just continue and fill up the whole tray. Okay, so we've set up the unit. The eggs that are in the universal tray, they are larger than hen eggs. That's why you can only get 10 of these in. Or you could actually get 12, but they are much larger than hen eggs. If you had hen eggs, you'd be getting about 18 to 20 in there. So what we do now is put the power cord in the back, turn it on, and you'll see life comes to the front board. All it's showing at the moment is currently the temperature inside the unit and the humidity inside the unit. If I press set for about 1 second, it will actually show me what it's set to. So it actually came up with 37.5 and 45% humidity. So that's the factory setting, that's the normal setting for incubation. What we do at this stage as well now is we add water to create humidity inside the unit. So we lift up the water cap here, and we gently pour water in. There's a little polystyrene ball in there that will float to the top as you fill up the unit to ensure that you don't overfill it. But fill it up slowly and gently. Don't pour the water on hard, otherwise the ball will go down in the water and you will overfill it. So I'll just carry on filling it. Little polystyrene balls now coming to the top, so that's enough for the moment. Just close it up. And what we do now is we wait for it to reach its factory setting. So we leave it now to go to 37.5 and 45% humidity. When it's there, I will show you how to work the main screen. Right, okay, the machine or the incubator has now come to the correct temperature of 37.5 degrees Celsius and humidity of 46 is reading at the moment, but 45, there we go. Okay, so the incubator is now set to the factory settings. What I'm going to do now is show you how to change the settings if you need to. First off, we look at temperature. 37.5 is the preset factory setting, and realistically you should, for 90% of bird eggs, you should never ever need to change it. That should just be left at 37.5. But if you do need to change it, you're going to press the set button and hold it for 1 second, and while holding it you're either going to raise or lower the temperature. So you either press temperature plus or temperature minus. So I'm going to change the temperature. I'm going to raise it to 38 degrees. So I press the set for 1 second and then press plus, 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 and we're at 38. So there you'll see that I've now set it at 38. Okay, I don't really want it at 38, so what I'm going to do now is reduce it back to where it should be, 37.5. But you will see, because the temperature's gone up, the heating light has now come on, because obviously it's going to try and get to 38 degrees. So I'm now going to press the set button for 1 second and hold it, but while holding it I'm then going to press the temperature minus button. So set, minus, 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 37.5, release them all. So I've now reset the machine at factory settings at 37.5. Okay, the next thing we're going to show you how to do is the humidity. Now, humidity is incredibly important in incubation. People don't understand what humidity does. What humidity does for the first 19 days, and when I say 19 days I'm referring to chicken eggs, but for the turning days, for the first 19 days humidity is 45%, and what that does is it allows a certain amount of moisture to leave the shell, but it allows the chick to grow to the right size in the egg. And what that does is, where the chick is able to get to the right size, it can move around inside the egg and hatch out. If you set the humidity too high through the first 19 days, for example, if you set it at 50 or 55, the chick will develop and survive, but the trouble is it won't be able to hatch because the chick will actually be too large in the incubator. And the other obviously issue is, if the humidity is too low, then it will basically, you know, just not develop properly or die inside the shell. So the optimum setting for the first 19 days is 45. But if we imagine now that the first 19 days is complete and now we're going to hatching stage, we want to raise it to 60%. So again, it's press the set button and hold it for 1 second, and while holding it you press humidity plus. So I'll go set and plus humidity. So we plus it all the way up to 65%. So we now have set it, as you can see, to 37.5 and 65% humidity, and that basically, now the humidification light has come on, the unit in here is heating the water to create more humidity, and that will get slowly to 65%, which is the hatching rate. Although we don't want to do that again, so I'll press the set for 1 second, now press the minus while holding the set button, back to 45%. Okay, so we're back to the original settings, or the factory settings, which is the first 19-day setting for chicken eggs at 37.5 and 45% humidity. Okay, and finally we're going to show you how to set the egg turning. At the moment, again, factory settings, the egg turning is on. It is set to turning hourly, but the way to check the egg turning or change the settings again is press and hold the set button for 1 second. While holding it, press the turn button. So we'll press the set, 1 second. So we can choose 2 hourly turn, 3 hourly turn, or turn it off, where you have 1 hourly turn, 2 hourly turn, 3 hourly turn, or off. So I've turned it off, and you'll see that the green light has gone off. So we only really use the off setting when it's hatching time. So after the first 19 days of incubation with the turning every hour, you then turn it off, and then you'll see that the green light goes off. But at the moment we'll want the eggs to turn, so again press and hold the set button, and we'll turn it and choose 1 hour setting. So we press the set button for 1 second, press that, so it's now an hourly turn, release it, the light has come back on, and the eggs will turn. What we'll also do while on this video is just do a test turn. What we do to do a test turn is you press and hold the turn button on its own for about 3 or 4 seconds, and you'll see that the eggs are now turning. You see the crosses are now rolling over. So that is how the RCOM 20 standard turns the eggs, and it does that because we've now set the machine to turn every hour. So it will do that every hour from now. That is the RCOM 20, incredibly easy to use. We'll get fantastic hatch rates from it, one of the best incubators on the market of its size. Thank you very much.